Well, hello everybody. My name's Skip from Skipping Around. Thank you for joining me for an episode of my travels. It's currently very hot in the RV. It's been sitting for a while. Got back from a trip that was out in Colorado back in September, end of September, 1st of October. And the RV's been stationary here at home ever since. I did take it down to the tire service and had the bearings packed. Also had checked into an upgrade of suspension, which is coming soon. And then I'm packing right now for a trip to North Georgia, up around the Blue Ridge, Georgia. Be staying at Morganton State Campground. Hope to be staying there. I'm going to be just a drive-in with a no reservation. Check it out. But there's plenty of places in that area for RVs to stay. So currently is October, or early November, I should say. It's early November. And I'm about packed. I had to put some food in the RV, turn the gas on, get the refrigerator cold. Of course, I unplugged it, had it on electric. I had to turn the gas on to recharge the lines because I had taken both tanks and got them filled, and it gets air in the lines, so I had to compress those lines again with LP gas in order to make the alarm go off on the refrigerator. And the way I do that is I just start my stove, run the gas through it, light it, and once that's done, I know I have my lines pressurized, and I won't have to worry about the refrigerator beeping with the alarm. And my gas lines will be charged now till I get back. It's going to be about a 4 or 5 day give-ish trip, looking for some cool weather, some fall colors. So come along and join me. Let's see what we can find. I am an overpacker when it comes to going on trips. I'd rather have it than wish I left it, or wish I didn't have it. I have a 4,500 watt generator in there. I have some tools. I have some electrical supplies. I have some leveling blocks, a tarp. We'll be traveling in the Work and Play 27 LT that I purchased earlier this year. I should say purchased in August in around Council Bluff, Iowa. We have about 1/3 tank of water we'll be traveling with. We have full gas. Our tanks are currently empty. We have about 5 gallons of water in our black tank. Helps slosh around and keep the seals moist. When I go through the hitch up process, I'll lock all the doors. It's all part of my process. And we'll put the steps up for now. We won't be going inside again. I love these steps. I've had the more ride steps that fold down from the door, but they carry so much dirt in them when you fold them up. And if you park in tight spots, you can't get your chair down, or your stairs down, or back up. Some of the Love's parking spots and some other places, I've got caught with spending the night with my stairs inside the camper to keep it safe from somebody hitting them. And I woke up in the morning, another RV had parked so close I couldn't get my stairs down. One reason why I love these fold-up stairs. I pull my Work and Play 27 LT with this 2018 Ram 2500. It is the Tradesman edition. It's got the 6.4 liter V8 Hemi in it, and it has no trouble pulling that trailer that comes in around a little over 7,000 pounds. It's got quite the tongue weight on it because it is a toy hauler. The axles do sit further toward the rear rather than the center, like a lot of RVs do that are not toy haulers. You can see, normally on a regular RV, your axles will be close to the door. These are sitting back, so it gives you quite a bit of tongue weight. About 1,000 pounds, 1,100 pounds, I believe. And in the edition, the 23 LT is about a 900 pound tongue weight. The 27 LT is about 1,100 pound tongue weight. One of the first things I have to do when I hook my trailer up is I have to raise the tongue jack up quite a bit. I made sure that my stabilizers in the rear and front are all the way up so there's no interference. As the RV is going up in the front, the rear end is going down. If you didn't lift up your stabilizers, you would crush those stabilizers. Have to go up a little more. Now that the truck's lined up with the trailer and the ball hitch is lined up with the tongue, we're going to hit it with a little bit of, hit the ball with a little white lithium grease on the ball and on the trailer so that there's less friction. Maybe we can come on down now. I've got that lined up, it should slide right on, just like that. Now that the weight of the trailer is on the ball, I can go ahead and lock the trailer back up. Put my safety chains on. This is my emergency brake on the trailers in case anything fails. That's ready to go. We'll go ahead and add power so that we can check our lights. Okay, we've got the chains on, the emergency brakes for the trailer. We've got our power for our brakes, our lights. Now I have to raise the trailer to get the weight distribution hitch on. Go ahead and walk around the ram. Put this side on. These are 10,000 pound weight distribution bars. Up there till it clicks. Let's see if we can do this. Lock it in with our pin. We can lower it now. It's a quite a warm day here in Florida today. For this part of November. We got a cold front coming in on Monday down here in Florida. Where I'm heading up in North Georgia, it'll probably hit up there on Sunday. Once my jack is all the way up, I'll remove my jack block from Anderson. And that should be good. My jack block out. If you hadn't noticed earlier in the clip, I didn't have my mud flaps on. I added the mud flaps on before I was hooked up. These mud flaps are by Buyer, and I had them on my Winnebago, and it kept all the stone damage from the front end of the RV. And I'll continue using them on the Work and Play 27 LT, and right now I have no stone chips on the paint of the frame or on the aluminum. Thank you for the rock guard that I've been using, and I'll continue to use it. Keep your RV in good shape. Go ahead and stow away our Anderson jack block. I like to store it on the driver's side. Usually the first side that I come when I unhook and level things up. Yeah, it's just got to be in the low 90s today. I am looking for some relief. Okay, we got the trailer hooked up to the ram. Take my lithium grease out of here, and we'll put it in here. We give it a shot of spray every time I hook up, every other time I hook up. I can go ahead and lock my compartments now. That's locked. I put some water in early. Let's make sure our cap is closed. We can take the chalk blocks out now. Put those away. Okay. Chalk blocks are put away on the driver's side. While we're doing away, we're checking our lights and they're all good. Let's get these blocks put away on the passenger side now. Storage compartments are all locked. The main cabin door is locked. And we are about ready to hit the road. We're going to put a test on these new lithium batteries that I purchased. The LiTime 100 amp hour batteries. I put 2 of them on the front end. Took the AGM battery that came with the RV off, and we got a double box down there to hold the 2 100 amp hour batteries. All right, we can turn our gas off now while we travel, and we'll turn it back on once we get in our campsite. And we're hooked up and ready to go. All I have to do is go in and shower. Worked up quite a sweat loading up the RV and the truck, getting it ready for a North Georgia trip. And I'll go inside now, shower up, get cleaned up, think of anything that I had forgotten. I like to take my time on departure day, think things over. It's less apt to forget something if you're not in a hurry. I always empty my RV after a trip, clean it all out, and put it back in, especially if I know I'm not going to be going anywhere for a month like I did this time. And so I did have to load it all back up today. It's around 11:30 right now. I want to be on the road about 1 o'clock and leave Sebring, Florida And I got about a 7-hour drive to where I'm going to be staying tonight. I've got a piece of property in just on the outside of Americus, Georgia. I'm going to be spending the night there, and then should be in North Georgia by noon tomorrow. So I'm going to go in and get cleaned up, and I'll catch you later when we start getting on the road. Okay, we're on the road. We're currently on US 27 North out of Sebring. We've got about 4.5 to 5 hours to the Florida state line. We'll stay on 27 until we get to the toll road, which will be the Florida Turnpike, and we'll take that for a short period of time. That'll take us to I-75, and we'll take 75 up to, well, tonight probably North Florida. We'll stop someplace in that range, probably about a 5-hour drive, 5 or 6 hour drive from here in Sebring, and a little slower going with the RV. If the GPS says 4 hours, I always add a couple more hours to it. That gives me about more accurate a travel time. So we're on the road. It's 88 degrees. And everything's riding good. Tire pressure is great on the trailer. I'm watching my TPMS here, and we're rolling. So that's the travel plan. US 27, the Florida Turnpike, Interstate 75 North, and we'll see how far we get this afternoon. Since we got a late start, around 1 o'clock we left today. Man, these caramel M&Ms with dark chocolate, they're addictive. All right, just completed my first fuel stop. I left Sebring with a little less than half a tank of fuel. I had planned on coming up here a few miles down the road to fill up at a Love's truck stop. I like to go to Love's because there's usually a lot of room for me to get around with a large travel trailer. Plus, with the Love's fuel app, I get 10 cents off a gallon. All you have to do is sign up, download the app, fill in the information, put your phone number in when you go to the pump, and automatically takes off 10 cents per gallon. Fuel back in Lake Wales was $2.99 advertised, and I got the fill up at $2.89. 10 cents a gallon is a good break. At the end of the year, it all adds up, and as many miles as I put on an RV in a year, it saves me a lot of money. So check that out. Also, you can pick up your breakfast sandwiches. You get your coffee. Just take a little break, stretch your legs. Normally you go inside. If you come in late in the evening, I go inside and ask, hey, can I find a place out of the way to park my RV and go to sleep for 4 or 5 hours? They usually say okay. Just try to stay out of a trucker's way. Usually there's parking for your RV somewhere. It's a fairly quiet stop. Always be aware of your area wherever you stop, please, and stay on the safe side. If it's sketchy and you've got a bad feeling about it, just pick up and drive and go somewhere else. But Love's are usually pretty good. They're well lit. They're like I said, you can get up in the morning, get your breakfast sandwich, get your coffee, and you're back on the road real quick. So check out that Love's Fuel app. 10 cents a gallon throughout the year is going to save you a lot of money. Okay, it's 5:37. We got on the road at 1 o'clock today, so we're making good time. We're almost to the Florida-Georgia line. We just passed the Interstate 10 turnoff, so we'll be looking for our second gas break here soon. Probably can't quite make it into Georgia. Gonna have to stop right in the North Florida area to get some gasoline. There's a Love's gas station 16 miles from here at 451 exit. So that's our plan. Just starting to get dark. So we'll see how far we get tonight. Probably find a nice truck stop, rest area to spend the night, make some dinner, and get an early start in the morning. But right now we're concentrating on getting our second gas stop. We're getting pretty low on fuel. No threat. 16 miles will be no issue. Making good time. Trailer's pulling good. Temperature has dropped. It's down to 75 degrees. It was 88 when we were loading up and leaving Sebring, and we're down to 75. So we'll sleep good with the windows open, and that makes me feel a little better. Second gas stop of the day. Left home with half a tank filled up in Lake Wales, and we're at the Florida-Georgia line now. I was getting down there on fumes, but I was really hoping to make it into Georgia. Gas is always a little cheaper, but probably could have made it, but I wasn't going to take a chance. Take a little walk around the RV here, check everything out. Everything on the hitch looks good. In there. Back here, look at the tires. We can feel those. Haven't had any issues. Caps are good. They're cold. 25 gallons of gas, $2.59 a gallon, $65. Well, good morning. This is our third gas stop in the 2 days. We're at Buc-ee's, just south of Macon, Georgia. It is 60 degrees. I left home yesterday, it was 88. This feels good. I'm gonna have to get my jacket out of the camper. But we're gonna go up to Blue Ridge today. We're about an hour south of Atlanta right now. Got to go through Atlanta and put up with that mess. Fortunately, it'll be around 6 in the morning when we get there. Buc-ee's. Okay, Buc-ee's. I gotta go inside Buc-ee's to get my receipt since the paper machine is out in the receipts. So another fuel stop done. We're gonna go in here and get some breakfast for the road and get ready to hit Atlanta. All right, we got one breakfast burrito from Buc-ee's. Onward to Atlanta, then the beautiful drive to Blue Ridge. Caramel M&Ms. Do not buy them. That was a brand new bag yesterday. It's 9:22 in the morning the next day. They're gone. Well, we're here at Morganton Point Recreational Area. I'm in Site 7. They've only got 2 campsites down this little road. There's only one way in, one way out. When I decide to pull out, I'm going to have to back up this hill. But it's a pretty nice site. It's a little uneven toward the rear, but I was able to get a couple boards underneath it and level it up front to rear, side to side, no issue. Just took a little work. This is kind of the length limit for a campground like this. This is Site 7. I'm here for 3 nights. I've got to park my truck sideways on the road here. The only other campsites across from me here is this nice little Airstream. And we're both right on the water. We're right on Morganton Point. Couldn't ask for much more. This is where we are. The campsite is on the opposite side as far as where my door is and the picnic table. That's no big deal. I'm not going to spend really a whole lot of time here. I'm going to be exploring Blue Ridge, LJ area. This is what I'm looking at through the window. Nice big 2-level campground. Campers up on that level. Fire pit, picnic table. A little walk path down to the lake. That's Lake Blue Ridge, actually. It's down. I guess it's during the winter drawdown right now. It'll be really quiet here. It's going to get colder tonight. The coldest nights are supposed to be Monday night, Tuesday. I'm not going to hook up the water because it is going to freeze. So I've got 1/3 of a tank of water, which I've got a 98-gallon tank I can hold in my trailer. So 1/3 is plenty for me for 2 nights, 3 nights, showering and eating, cooking, and all that kind of stuff, cleaning up. So it won't be an issue. Power's there. Water is over here. It's got a freeze-proof water pipe. The site does go uphill from rear to front, but it was doable. So we're here for 3 nights. The color is on its way out, as you can tell by the leaves on the ground here, but it's really pretty. It's all temperatures in the 60s right now, low 60s, and it's time to think about getting something to eat. So we'll talk to you later. Yeah, good morning from Morganton Point Preserve in Morganton, Georgia, just outside of Helen. Woke up this morning to a crisp 30 degrees, light winds. Heater worked great on the RV. No television reception down in the hills here, at least through antenna. Good radio reception though. Just taking a walk through the campground this morning. It's nice and quiet, real quiet last night after spending a day in Blue Ridge yesterday. And taking in a little window shopping, checking train times. They have a neat scenic train that leaves at 10 and 3. They have a 2-hour ride and a 4-hour ride. And they're all booked up. And they don't run tomorrow, so we're going to miss out on that. But walking through the campground, really pretty. All the leaves are coming down. Winter's setting in. This is bear country, but the only critter I've seen has not moved since yesterday. This little guy right here has not moved since yesterday. That little raccoon, he must be frozen to death. Yeah, Little guy there. They got those little squirrels, raccoons, bears all over the place here. Kids enjoy them, I'm sure. So do the big kids. But what a beautiful late fall day. Got the wind rustling the leaves. Lake in the background. Just been a good day. Everything is quiet this morning. Today's plan after my walk is I'm going to jump in the truck and go over to LJ for a little bit. Go take that in. One of the guys at the store mentioned a really nice campground over there I want to check out for a possible stay next time I come up. And just do a little sightseeing here in the mountains. Good little getaway. And got some people here checking out and dumping tanks. This is the little office that you check into. This is a little check-in office when you first pull up the campground. Right there, I have 2 people working it, and they were out doing some cleanup work on some sites on a Sunday afternoon after everybody left. Morning coffee tastes good. Yeah, that's the plan for the day. Some more sightseeing around LJ, and kind of check out the campground. Whew. On a nice, cool late fall day in North Georgia. These 2 little guys, you want to keep out of your camper. Uh-oh, another wildlife sighting. I don't know if it's a kitty cat or if it's supposed to be a lion of some sort. Maybe it's a bobcat. I think it's a bobcat. Out here drinking my coffee while I'm walking. I can hold the coffee with one hand, put my other hand in my pocket, keep it warm. After about 5 minutes, I got to take the warm hand, hold the coffee, put the cold hand back in the pocket. It's been a while since I had to do that. Uh-oh, one more wildlife sighting. He hasn't moved either. Well, I woke up this morning. The snow stayed on the ground a little bit last night. Yeah, it got chilly. It's on the steps of the RV right now. Have to get the broom out. Little accumulation. Everything else is pretty good. Beautiful morning. Good morning again from Blue Ridge, Georgia, at Morganton Point Recreation Area. Yesterday, Blue Ridge experienced its first snowfall of the season, which is just the beginning of a late fall, early winter for them. I was just thinking, before I actually decided to get up and pack up the camper, decided to go up here, I was debating at home. Had a few jobs to do around the house, but eventually said, I don't know if you can hear that, but the geese are on the water. Anyway, I had a few jobs at home. I was debating whether to take a few days off. And I'm glad I did. At home, you can get pretty comfortable at home. Home becomes home. Yeah, it's constant. You know what to expect. It's safe. It's comfortable. And I knew cold front was coming across the United States, and I thought, yeah, it's been a while since I've experienced some cool weather. As you remember, I left Sebring, it was 88 degrees, and I'd worked up quite a sweat just getting the camper ready. But in the back of my mind was, oh, I can't wait to feel that cool weather. Now, I know some of you all that have been finished with cold weather. You're done with it. Your choice of weather is the 88 degrees, the sunshine. And I've had 45 years of that. It's great, don't get me wrong. I do a lot more in the wintertime in Florida than I ever did in the wintertime when I lived in Michigan. But as I was contemplating leaving and not going, which I'm glad I did, if I didn't come, I would have missed the first snowfall of the year. And as a kid, growing up in southern Minnesota, Michigan, that first snowfall is magical. You catch yourself looking out the window, going outside, trying to catch big snowflakes with your tongue. Kid stuff. If you're lucky enough to have enough accumulate on the ground and it was wet enough, you'd roll up a snowman. First snow of the year. That feeling doesn't go away. At least it didn't with me. Now, you may say you don't like cold weather, but there is something magical about the first snowfall of the year. It's 24 degrees right now, and as usual, the second day of cold front is the coldest. And it's going to freeze again tonight. The skies are bluebird today. As you can see, bluebird skies, not a cloud around. So no chance of snow. Still on the ground. And I was here yesterday when they had their first snowfall. And yes, I felt like a little kid watching it come down.